Welcome, guys. Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Lakeisha McKnight is here. I want to definitely check and make sure we're good with our stream. We should be live on Facebook, live on Spreaker and iHeartRadio, leadershiptkostation.com's website. I do want to welcome everyone here to the show. Glad to be here before you guys on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and share this out. Okay, so let me go ahead and share it out really quick just to touch bases. All right, night show. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to share this out, of course, to my page really quick. Okay, there we are. Okay, and I'm going to share it to a group as well. Okay. I'll probably share it to more places afterwards, but nonetheless, everyone, welcome aboard to the show. We go live with the Leadership TKO night show every single night, and it's normally around 7:30, but we're going early today because we have some training, special training on behalf of my team that we're participating in just a few moments, and I want to make sure I do not sway your attention, so therefore we're going live right now. And so again, welcome aboard for every one of you guys that are on Facebook and on the other platforms. And so the purpose of this show really is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win. It's all about winning from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. How many of you watching this stream and plugs into this show, how many of you want to grow your influence? Do you want to enhance your ability to influence lives? Right? To impact more lives, to grow your income. If that's what you want to do, you are in the right place at the right time. So do me a favor, like or love the stream that you're tuning into tonight. Comment below throughout this particular session. And then also make sure you go ahead and share this out. Let's be a blessing to those that we know, especially for those of you growing a home-based business and you're really trying to help build the people. Because understand, as you help build yourself, right, as a leader, and you help build other leaders, guess what's going to happen in return? The leaders will build your business. Look at that. You see, you build the people build your business. And so let's work on building the people, building you and building your people. And the way that you're going to really help yourself and help others is by going ahead and sharing this out with those that you know. Go ahead and share it out. So thank you so much for those of you who have done so already. Appreciate you guys. And so listen, you already know, okay, the foodie in me is saying, I want to give you an appetizer. Okay, I do. I really do. An appetizer right before we get into the main meal, the main piece here, okay? And so my appetizer is really a leadership nugget. So we're going to get into a leadership nugget right now. Let me make sure, of course, my screen is good. And if you want to take out a notepad and a pen to take some notes, go ahead and do so. But I'm about to share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. So there we have it, okay? Look at there. The law of reflection is what we're going to go over right now. And this is from the 15 Irrefutable Laws of Growth by my leadership mentor, Dr. John Maxwell. All right. And so many of you know, of course, being affiliated with the John Maxwell team, and his content is so rich when it comes to leadership. Right. And so I want to make sure that you all are aware of these laws and concepts. So the law of reflection, here's what it says. Learning is learning to pause that allows growth to catch up to you. You got to learn how to pause. Learn how to pause. Wait, you know what? You see, with this pandemic and all that's been happening, guess what it forced you to do? Pause. Right? Pause. Okay? So learning to pause allows growth to catch up with you. Some of you guys, y'all gone. Right? But sometimes you just need to sit still, right? Sit still. Hold your horses. Okay? Hold your horses. I like what Peter Drucker, he says, follow effective action with quiet reflection. From quiet reflection will come even more effective action. You ever notice why, like, if you misplace something, like, man, I can't find the thing, You looking all around and you searching and you frantic and you're worried and you're just like, oh my gosh, where is it? Like losing your car keys. But notice when you sit still, you're not even thinking about it. You're sitting still. You're not thinking about your car keys. And then all of a sudden you have this light bulb moment and it's just like, ah, right? And all of a sudden, wham, it's dropped in your mind where you last put your keys or whatever it was that you misplaced. It's all about learning to pause. All right, learn to pause. Now, here are some tips, right? Tips for the power of pausing to help you grow. You ready? Tip number 1, reflection through experience into insight. Okay, reflection turns experience into insight. Okay, reflection. Now, we're not talking about going back to the past and like dwelling there and finding yourself stuck. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about reflecting, right? Reflecting. For example, here's a reflecting moment to gain insight, right? Okay, I left, of course, where I was in New Jersey, came traveling down, of course, to Virginia, and I reflect upon that move, right? I transitioned from a place of comfort with my family because that's where I grew up, and I moved to Virginia, right? So, that could be a scary thing. But I just reflect upon my experience and all that has happened to get me to where I am today because it gives me more insight. Because what I did was I moved by faith. Okay, I was planning a little, but I also moved by faith because I didn't know a whole lot about Virginia. All I knew was that my fiance was there, okay, and some of his family members were there, but this was a whole new environment for me. So again, reflect. Reflection turns experience into insight. Here's tip number 2. Everyone needs a time and a place to pause. A time and a place. Everyone. Okay? So you need to be intentional about the time. So maybe 10 minutes tomorrow. Maybe that was going to happen on a weekend, depending on what your schedule is, right? But you need to designate time where you can, just take a moment and just pause, sit back, relax. Okay, in a place too. Some people call it their secret place. Some people have what they call like a war room or a prayer room. Whatever that place is for you. It could be a closet. You can have an office to yourself. You could be your car, right? If you know that it's just really loud in your home, go to your car or wherever that little area is that's the most silent. There's this less noise. Just get to a place where you have time and a place to pause. Okay, to pause. Tip number 3, understand, pause. You have to pause with intention so that it expands and enriches your thinking. Pause with intention. That means, of course, you're gonna, this is the day, this is the time, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna have a journal and I'm just gonna write. I'm going to write and I'm going to reflect on what's happened and transpired during these first few months here with all that has happened in the world, right? How has your life changed? Okay, how have you begun to think better, to think at a higher level, right? How have you begun to change a circle of people that you've connected with or that you were affiliated with? How have you been able to adjust your business since, you really can't meet in person, so a lot of things are virtual? Being able to reflect and do this intentionally, it will enrich your thinking. All right. Most people are not thinking. They're just going with the flow. When you think, you get more done. Okay. And it has more purpose to it and it's meaningful. It's meaningful. Now, tip number 4, when you take time to pause, use your eyes. I apostrophe S. We're not talking about these. Okay. Use your eyes. In other words, investigation. All right. Let's see if we can bring this up closer. Investigation, incubation, illumination, and illustration. Again, investigation, incubation, illumination, and illustration. Okay, so again, take the time to pause using your eyes. So you want to investigate, look at what's going on around you, your circumstances, your situation. Incubation, you want to, okay, give yourself time. Don't quickly rush. out of those moments, those important moments of taking the time to see where you are, assess where you are in your life right now. Illumination. Don't be afraid, okay, to realize, there are some truths, some things that you need to adjust. Okay, some changes that may need to take place. Okay, you may see things in a totally different light, and you might want to be intentional about having a different perspective on things that's happening. And then illustration. Okay, of course, a picture, a visual. All right, it's all about visuals, it's all about what you see. So looking at all of these things, taking in consideration all the eyes, this is what you want to keep in mind when you do pause. All right, and these are some tips, very, very powerful tips for pausing. Okay, powerful tips for pausing. All right. And so I know we were talking about awareness, becoming personally aware. Remember, we did that nugget the other day. I wanted to go back and make sure now that you understand some important questions that you can ask yourself. These are 10 personal awareness questions, right? So, for example, thinking about your biggest asset. What is your biggest asset? What is your biggest liability? Better yet, what is your highest high? Your highest high. What about, your lowest low? That lowest point, that lowest low for you. Now, we're saying reflect on it. We're not saying dwell there. Reflect on it. Also, what is your most worthwhile emotion? Okay, what is your most worthwhile emotion? How about this? What is your least worthwhile emotion? Your least worthwhile. What is your best habit? Your best habit. I would say the best habit for me, of course, is acquiring 24 karat gold. That's a habit for me now. Okay. How about this? Number 8, what is your worst habit? Worst habit. Okay. You got to be real with yourself. Be as transparent as possible. Your worst habit. How about this? What is most fulfilling for you? You want to ask yourself the question, what is most fulfilling to me? Most fulfilling. And then what do I prize most highly? What is it that you prize most highly? I value relationships for me. Of course, the first and foremost, most important relationship is my relationship with God. But I value relationships, and the reason being is I consider myself to be a very, very loyal person. Okay, a very loyal person. So when I have relationships that are valuable to me, right, I make sure I take care of the relationships. Okay, so what is it that you prize most highly? Okay, so think about these questions for yourself. It just helps to bring about some personal awareness. All right, some personal awareness. Now, again, implement these moments of reflection. I'm telling you, be as intentional about it as possible. Now, let's go ahead. I know that was the appetizer. I spent some time on that, and I know some training's about to come up, so I want to speed it up just a tad bit so we don't overlap too much, okay? Don't overlap too much. But many of you know that I have been on this particular series with my mentors, my network marketing mentors, their book. Now, this is by Mrs. Valerie and Mr. Ty Best. The book entitled 103 Ways to Fail in Network Marketing, a Guide to Your Success. Now, how many of you want to be pros, or you consider yourself to be a pro? That's fine. How many, it's all based on how many hours, how much time are you dedicating to this profession? How much time? What training are you really investing in yourself so that you can really, really master the skill sets needed for this profession? And so this book really helps you to avoid some pitfalls, some areas that you can find yourself struggling with. And so it gives us a heads up about it. And so I want to share with you the 25th way to fail in network marketing. I'm going to explain what they have here. I'm going to read it, but I'm also going to expound on it based on my experience. All right, so let's go into it. The 25th way to fail. Gossip about your upline, your downline, company, or others in the company. Gossip about anybody. If I was to put it into whole, anybody, gossip about anybody in the company itself. Listen, gossip is just terrible by itself. Okay? Listen. Gossip will kill the growth and momentum in your group. Negative news is poison to your business. Poison. It spreads like a virus and kills just as fast. If there's something you heard, don't like, or believe about your company or product, discuss it upline. Okay? Don't look, discuss it upline, whatever the issue is. You see, if there is a solution to the concern, your upline or company will be glad to discuss it. If there is no solution, why discuss it at all? Why? You see, discuss the positive and spread the good news. It will change your business. So discuss the positive. Don't go around gossiping about your upline sponsor, the company. Look, that's not going to get you anywhere. If anything, listen, the people will do what you do. They see you talking about certain things. They're going to go around talking about certain things. You know that phrase or that saying when you were coming up? I know when I was coming up, I heard the phrase, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all. Now, if it's a concern regarding the business, you definitely want to bring that upline. Okay, bring it to your upline leaders, your mentors, have a discussion with them about it. And notice I said discussion. Don't go on a rant. Okay, discuss it. Have a conversation with them. Okay, they're people too. They're human too, right? And see, again, it just gets you nowhere. It's like complaining. It gets you nowhere. But if you go to the right individuals who can bring about a solution for you, that's productive. But just talking, engaging in idle talk, it's a waste of time. That's me personally. It's a waste of time, and I don't have time to be wasting. I don't have time to be wasting. And if I feel as though, it's turning into one of those gossip sessions, I'm like, okay, we got to cut it. Right? Cut it. Right? And so again, guys, let's engage in positive talk, speak life, okay? And bring your concerns upline. That's what it's all about. And this is how you're going to build your business. So again, I appreciate you guys tuning in to this night show episode. Listen, many of you already know that I'm plugged into an amazing e-commerce company. As a matter of fact, I have some super duper amazing partners, and they've probably shared this stream with you. Listen, if you're watching this and you're like, Lakeisha, what is it that you do? Well, all I do is save money, and I get paid to do it. I get paid to help other people save their money, right? Money that actually will grow as they hold it. It will grow in value. So all we're doing is exchanging some of these, right, for real money, gold. We're just doing an exchange. It didn't go anywhere. And if you ever need this, you can always exchange this for this whenever you need it. But the longer you hold this, it's going to grow. So we treat this as money protection. So it goes behind it. See, your money didn't go anywhere, right? It just protected. And so this is what we do. We got a free gold accumulation account, right? It allows us to accumulate, continue stacking more and more gold, because gold is an attractor of wealth. And maybe you're like, well, you want to build wealth. You want to have something to pass on to your children and your children's children. And perhaps you want some extra passive income, residual income. That's possible here. And we encourage you to inquire. So get back with the person that shared this particular stream with you and let them know, let me know whether you are ready. You want more information and you're ready to get a free gold accumulation account. And then maybe you want to plug into training. We got training going on right now. Every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have training to help you understand how to go about sharing this money system that we have, this savings account that we have with other people. So you can do that and potentially get paid to do that. All right? So listen, we'll be more than happy to share with you how all of this works. And maybe you're plugged in already. You need to be going to that training that's taking place right now over at goldrocks.info. Okay? Download Zoom, go to goldrocks.info, get the password because you will need it so you can get on the platform itself. Well, if you want information about the wealth building system, this gold account that you can have, we actually have a presentation that's going to take place at 9:00 tonight. And all you need to do, you have two ways to get on. The first way is just sticking around our timeline. We're going to do a Facebook live stream, okay? Also, the other way is getting on goldrocks.info and getting that password. So there's two ways for you. And it will definitely have your questions answered. I can almost guarantee, because guess what? Tonight, Mr. McKay is going to be doing the presentation and he is going to kill it. Okay, so listen, you don't want to miss the presentation. That brother is going to bring it. So make sure that you're on the platform goldrocks.info at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time and get the password from whoever invited you to see and view this stream. So thank you so very much for tuning in tonight. Be blessed, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode here with the show. So until then, I encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone. God bless, and join me over at goldrocks.info.